see. Oh, let's not jerk the camera. I'm going to be demonstrating a spiral braid of 6 loops. It's a little bit reduced. The classic version of this had 8 loops. The one that was recorded in the 15th century English braiding, loop braiding manuscripts. The 6-loop version is a little easier, and I've already demonstrated it, done one video with right-handed. I hope the light will work out here. There's a lot of shadows. So I'll be doing this left-handed just to give left-handers a view of my rather clumsy right-handed version of doing a left-handed braid. But you start with 3 loops of a dark color in one hand, 3 loops of a light or bright, some contrasting color on the other. And as I show in my tutorial, this is illustrating a tutorial on the Braids and Bands Yahoo list. It's a discussion list of the Braid Society, although anyone can join it. It's just for people who are interested in braids and narrow woven wares, braids and bands, literally. And what was I going to say? Oh, for this braid, you start with 3. My tutorial. I'm filing a tutorial for the. It'll be there permanently, but I'm filing it in the month of October, 2011, on making the spiral braid in 3 or 4 different versions. This is the 6-loop version, and the moves are the different pairs of fingers exchange loops, and it's the same pair of fingers whether you're right or left-handed. They continually repeat exchanging between these hands. However, the direction of the move is different. Right-handers and left-handers would feel more comfortable doing it in an opposite direction, so now I'm going to demonstrate what left-handers will do. And first practice 1, 2 is middle finger, 1 is index to ring, tighten, 2 is middle to middle, tighten, 3 is index to ring again, the other set of index to ring. So we're going to start by putting the left loop of the pair that are exchanging, putting the left loop onto the right finger, reaching over with the left finger and pulling the right loop through, just as you did in the 2-loop braid, and then tightening widely. This braid takes a little firmer tightening than square braids, if you've done square braids before. Sometimes, especially up at the knot, you want to tighten a bit, but sometimes the spiral braids do need a little more force when pulling. Okay, so then the second move is middle to middle. Lay the left loop on the right finger, pull the right loop through from the top, take it off, tighten. Rock that tightening move a couple times. That'll help your tension. The last move is this one. After this move, the colors will have all switched hands. Tighten. Let me do that whole thing a little slower. So I'm just going to say the order of the moves. This is what you need to get into your fingers, into your muscle memory when you're doing it. So 1, tighten, 2, tighten, 3, tighten. Let's do it even slower. I'm sorry, I might have gone too fast. 1. That will show in the camera. 1. Tighten. 2. Tighten. Thinking about my next pair of fingers. I'm just anticipating it's these ones. 3. Helps to anticipate it. Tightening. After the 3rd move, that's 1 full cycle, and the colors will have switched hands. And this is important, I forgot to mention it in the other video, you want to make sure that they're switched hands. If you have made a mistake and for some reason, you have the wrong colors, the colors aren't all the way switched, just get them over to the right hand, because you have to start cycle one, move one in the cycle. You want to start that with all the darks on one hand and all the lights on the other hand, or your spiral pattern will be affected. It won't be a spiral. So this braid is actually fairly forgiving of mistakes. They don't show as often, usually they don't show as huge glitches, as long as you get those loops in some way at the end of the cycle back onto the fingers where they belong, or the hand at least where it belongs. Darks on one side, lights on the other. So 1, 2, shows in the camera. Ooh, that was wrong. Here's 3. 3. Checking, yes. Lights on one hand, darks on the other. 1. 2.